What's up, guys? It's JewBagel here, and I'm actually on my second account that I've had for quite a long time now. I'm gonna say almost a year, maybe a little less than a year, like 10 months or something. I don't remember exactly when I made it, but I definitely have not been playing it very much. I've gone through periods where I've played it a bunch, so in the whatever, probably I'll say I've guessed like 10 months that I've had this account. I've probably played on it about as much as like 2 months or so. I don't know. It's beginner account. This is the account that I made one video on this account before, I think. I think it's just one or maybe two. But I did a Giants B10 team with all 5-star monsters. And they're these 5 win guys right here. And this account, yeah, it's a beginner account. And I kind of just thought of having this series. It's inspired from the JewBagel or Schizophrenic Gamer. He did one with Artamiel, and he did one, or he's doing one now with a new account that has a Water Fairy King, however you pronounce it, Samath or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. But so this account has a Camilla, and so that's what I got this. I got the Camilla in my first ever summoning stones, so it was hard for me to say bye to this account. And then after I got that Camilla, I got this Iona. So then it's like I don't want to just give it up. I don't want to lose this account. I want to use it, and so I'm gonna kind of be doing, just to an extent similar to what JewBagel does, where he kind of just plays on the account, and it's not his main account. When I say similar to JewBagel, similar to his Samath and Artamiel videos, where he kind of just plays, plays on like an alternate account, and just kind of progresses through the game with that account and does whatever he wants. Because this account, I wasn't planning on just going through the basic thing. Like, I wasn't planning on just going straight to Giants, straight to TOA, straight to Dragons, then TOA hard and Necro and raids and Elemental raids, and then I'll finally start doing PvP. I was planning on just doing, basically, I'd make a Giants P10 team, and then from there, I was just kind of make monsters that I thought would be fun in PvP or in arena or guild battles or whatever the case may be. And so right now, I'm working on Tessarian just because I thought that I'll just do my natural 5 stars as my first 6 stars, and so that's what I just did. My Tessarian here, and you can see the runes. I have him on damage runes just because was my first 5 or 6 stars, so I decided I'll just make him a fire nuker. And then here's my Camilla runes, who's also runed for damage, not very welly either. My Tessarian is probably actually runed better. So maybe today, maybe another time, I'll fix that and make Camilla have my best runes, because this is kind of revolved around Camilla because it's the rare Nat 5 and the really desired Nat 5. But so, this is what the account's looking like. I have these monsters. And then, sorry, I wasn't thinking for a second. But, oh yeah, I want to show the storage. Okay, that was a long time with me not thinking. But so this is the storage. I have, 15 Devilmon, and I don't know, these 3 different light Nat 3s at the bottom, these Nat 4s, and then these 4-star maxes. And these 4-star maxes are monsters I plan on building, and I have a couple plans for all of them. Kona is there because I don't really plan on fusing Vera on this account because it just takes too long and I don't feel like it. Megan, I am planning on using with the Ramahan, because I was thinking about sometime making a team with like Megan and Ramahan and then some kind of like I want to try maybe an ignore defense attacker. So I don't know which one yet. Maybe like the the one of the high elementals like Callie or whatever the water one's called, and then Colleen. Kind of like I didn't have anything super specific, but I mean like if this account ever makes a Necro team, Colleen will be in the Necro team. It's kind of good for like a Chasoon replacement to an extent, not because it's a healer as good as Chasoon, but it does a heal with an attack buff. And then it's also good in Hall of Wind, just in case. I mean, like that's not a huge thing, but it's a thing. Rayok is just fun because of his RNG. I had this plan with Seek to maybe do a team with Seek and Rayok and Tark, the Water Hellhound, and then because it would have attack buff, crit rate buff, and then it would have the group hunt skill and the team up skill from Rayok, so I was thinking that might be kind of fun. As well as I could use Lure in the team with Rayok and with Tark. And then Iona was just light net 4, my only light net 4, and it would be really good. And I was thinking, and this will include Bella too, I was thinking of making a Guild War comp that's not going to be that exciting, but it'll probably be pretty solid, of Iona, Bella, and Camilla. And so that'll be a really good early game but Guild War offense, and not a great Guild War defense, but it might work for a while in Guild War defense. And then the double mons, I don't really know who I want to give them to. I don't really want to give them to Camilla, even though I probably should, because this whole thing is based off Camilla. But the reason I don't want to give them to Camilla is because she only needs 7, which is super nice. So maybe I'll just give it to him anyway. But she only needs 7. But out of the 7, 6 of them are damage, and so I know I have my Camilla ruined for damage, but it's like I feel like double mons are better used if they're to decrease cooldown turns or harmful effect rates. But I might just do it on Camilla just because I want the most, or not the most, but the best Camilla I can, because that's I don't know, it's kind of the point of this whole series. Yeah, I definitely have better runes on my Tessa, because my Tessa's got all 5-star runes and a 6-star too. So right now I actually am on double XP. Oh, and free TOA started. Maybe I should do that because I haven't even done floor 1. But I don't really want to do TOA. Or should I? What do I get for doing TOA? I can probably get to like 40. 3-star max rainbow one would be nice. 100 crystals is nice. Alright, I'll just do this. And then I'll bring him... I'll just bring these 3 until I start to not be able to complete it, because this will probably be my quickest way. And I know I can't go too far in TOA because I don't have a cleanser yet, so that's a problem. And then if I want to use my Giants team, it's all wind, so if there's ever a fire floor, well, I'm not going to be able to pass that. Unless I could use Camilla to help me pass it or something, or Sarian, or I don't know who exactly would be the best to do that. But I'll just go through a little bit of TOA, I guess. I was on a double XP that I actually paid crystals for, which makes me wanna get advantage of what I paid crystals for. I'm not gonna do TOA. I don't care if it's free. I'm going back to my XP, where I'm just going to use Tessarian and other monsters, and I'm thinking that, because I'm trying to level my Tessa, but I decided to just use double XP because, I don't know, I think it's a waste to level up monsters if you're not on double XP, just because, energy could be better. If you're not on double XP, energy is better spent in dungeons, if you ask me, because dungeons, whether you're on double XP or not, is always the same efficiency, but with leveling, if you have double XP, you're twice as efficient as if you don't have it. So it's like the way I view it is if you don't have double XP, you're only being half as efficient as you're supposed to be. So I'd rather just be fully efficient in Giants. And I did not do a lot of Giants on this account because basically as soon as I made this team good enough to do Giants B10, I basically just kind of quit playing it because I don't know, it's not as good as my main account, so I don't have as much fun on it. But I kind of thought that I have free time, and maybe I'll like this account more if I made a little series out of it. And maybe I'll give away the account at the end, like whenever I'm just bored of this account, or whenever I don't know, if I just feel like giving it away, or whatever the case may be, I might give it away. But so, once these guys are all max level, I'll be able to 4-star them, and then with that, I can 5-star 3 different monsters, and so I could invest those 5 3-stars into monsters that will just be food to make a 6-star, but I think I want to invest them in Iona, Bella, and the third monster I can't really decide. I'm mainly debating between Colleen, Megan, and Kona, but I haven't decided between any of those. And I was thinking of maybe doing something else, but I don't know exactly what else. Like, I have a Bark in storage, or not in storage, in unsummoned. I have a Dark Bomber, what is it called? Bearing, in not summoned, and I have a Gemini not summoned. So I was thinking one of those guys. I wasn't really thinking Gemini. I was mainly thinking the other two, just because just an idea I had for this account is that my first three 6-stars were going to be a water, wind, and fire nuker, just so I'd have a nuker of every element to start the game, because that, I don't know, just seems fun, because like I said, this account I'm going to be more focused towards making monsters for like PvP, like early game PvP, because the amount of time it's going to take for this account to get to late game is insane, considering I'm not even close to a Dragons team, because my Giants team is not going to come close to being a Dragons team, because A, it's all wind, and Dragons B10's fire, and B, there's no cleanser, so I can't even do like Dragons B8 because I don't have a cleanser. So, well, I haven't actually tried Dragons B8 yet. I haven't even tried Dragons B1 yet, but I figure it's a waste of my time. Now that after the buff to make it so B10 only drops 5 and 6-star runes, I feel like anything, if you're not doing if you can do a B10 dungeon and you're not doing a B10 dungeon, then you're kind of wasting your time. Like, Giants B10 is going to be way better than Dragons B9 or Dragons B8. And this guy just got a yen, which really sucks. But so now, before this patch, I used to be okay farming Dragons B9 because when I wasn't strong enough to farm Dragons B10. But after this buff, it's like, I'm never going to recommend to anyone to farm a B9 dungeon if they can farm a B10. Like, obviously, if you can't farm Giants B10, then, farm Giants B8. It's it's the only way to get to a Giants B10 is by farming B8 until you get runes for B10. But when Dragons, you can do Dragons B10 with just Giants runes. Excuse me, I had a drink of water right there. I have no idea if you could hear that or not. I don't know. But, what was I going on about? Something with Dragons B10. Dragons B10. What was I talking about? I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me later. Oh, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say that's what's like that's what is awesome about Giants B10. It's like Giants B10, you could do so much with just having a Giants team. Like that's why it was kind of like an experiment for this account too. Is like how far can you really go with just Giants runes? Like with just Giants runes, I'm hoping to in the long future be able to prove that you can beat TOA 100 normal with just Giants runes. Probably 100 hard too. Once I mean you'll need good runes, but that's a long ways away. But TOA normal with Giants runes. You can beat Dragons B10 with just Giants runes. You can technically beat Necro B10 with just Giants runes, but obviously Violent Revenge is just the preferred set in Necro. But you don't need Violent and Revenge to clear Necro. It's not like a necessity. Um, raids. Raids are... That might be tough to do with just Giants runes, because Revenge sets are really awesome in raids, and Violent Cleansers are really good in raids. I don't know about raids. But also in Giants, you can get plenty of runes that are going to be good enough to get you, decently high in arena. I'm sure, and if you farmed enough Giants, with the sets you get from Giants, you could, in theory, get... Oh man, I did not mean to do that. My bad. In theory, you could probably get into Conqueror Arena. Like, I've never even been into Conqueror Arena on my main account, and I have a Giants Dragons Necro team, and I can do TOA, and I can't do all of TOA hard, but I can do bits and pieces of it. I can do up to like 60, more or less, 60, 70, depends on the month. And so, this account I'll kind of show to those who don't believe it that you don't need Violent Runes, and you don't need Revenge and Focus and Will and Rage and Destroy and all the stuff you don't get in Giants to do decently well in the game. And the part that I like about it is, although I do recommend that you just go ahead and make a Dragons team and make a Necro team when you want to, that if you don't want to, you don't have to necessarily. But also, it's like motivation for the early game people that don't have a Giants team to make a Giants team, because you can get through like everything else with a Giants team. Like the really early game players that don't even have a Giants team yet and say that they want to focus on PvP, making a Giants team just accelerates your PvP so much. Because when I was brand new to the game, about I guess about almost 2 years ago now, like a year and a half, a year and 3/4, somewhere in there, when I was brand new to the game on my main account, I was very bad. I'd made my account so I had 100 monsters, and none of them, like I had 100 monsters, all at either 4-star or 3-star max, and I didn't have a single 5-star yet. Or maybe I had one. My first 5-star was Cian, the Water Joker, the one that they just had the Hall of Heroes for. Because I had a friend rep that I was Lucian, and so I thought that this is just a Water Lucian, and so it'd be just as good. But obviously it is not just as good. But I didn't know that back then. But so I just, like every monster I collected that was a 3-star or 4-star, I would just keep it, and I'd max level it, and I'd awaken it, and I'd put runes on it. My goal was like every day I would try and just put a rune set on a monster, and I would rune it like opposites. Like if it was an HP type, I would rune it with Fatal to try and like balance it so it was like good at everything. And if it was attack type, I'd rune it like triple energy, and But I wouldn't even focus on the stats of the runes. I would just get the set effects. So, that was not very good, and I somehow lost what I was saying. Well, I know what I was saying about like how bad I was, but I don't remember what I was getting to with the main point. Yeah. Oh, the main point was probably that I didn't have a Giants team. the way I would get runes was I would get them in scenario battles. And those runes are bad, and with those runes, you cannot really progress that far in the game. And I remember I used to plus 12 3-star runes. I didn't even look at the stat. Like if it was like, I don't know, flat HP on a slot 6 rune, I wouldn't even notice. I'd upgrade it. And at least now I realize that that was not smart. And then, but so that made it so like even though I've been playing the game for a year and 3/4 or whatever, I'm very far behind for how long I've played because it took me so long before I realized like basic concepts of the game. Like when I made my Giants P10 team, I was like well into a long time of playing. Like I already had like 3 6-stars by the time I made a Giants team. By the time I even like thought to make a Giants team, and like all I'd ever do is grind XP. Like that's all I would do, with or without XP boosters. I spent all my crystals on premium packs, and it just didn't work. I was bad at the game. And then I finally made a Giants P10 team and realized how good runes were, and and progressed from there. But this account will kind of show how, or like motivate people who just don't have a Giants team yet for this reason or that reason, that you should just go ahead and make one, even if that's all you make, and then you want to focus on PvP, because Giants will just accelerate your PvP experience like crazy. And hopefully this goes into Mobilize, but it didn't. That's unfortunate. But I will 4-star this Bella right here, and then I'll 4-star this Iona, and then I have the material to 4-star one other thing, and I need to pick what? One of these top 3, Kona, Megan, or Colleen. They're all good, and I'm probably going to use... Oh, I'll take Colleen out of the picture. I'm trying to think of a second Guild War team, because my first Guild War team is going to be Camilla, Iona, Bella. And my second Guild War team, I haven't decided yet. I don't know, maybe this will be a good spot to end the video on. That's all I have for today though, guys. I'm not expecting this to get a ton of views and have a bunch of people commenting telling me what to do, but if there is anyone out there watching that would have any preference on what to see in the next video, tell me who you think I should make as the next 5-star, and it could be someone I don't have at 4-star max. Like it could be one of these Nat 4s that are level 1, or one of these Nat 3s that are level 1, and I'll probably just make it if anyone says anything. And that's all for today though, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and may the best of your days be the worst of your tomorrows.